Hello, my name is Ryan. I'm an educator here at the Leonardo Museum. Welcome to this week's Leo at Home, a virtual portal for kids, parents, and teachers to continue innovating and creating right from your very homes. Let's get started. So this week's topic is, what's the matter? Don't worry, nothing is a matter. We're talking about matter as in science. In science, matter is anything that takes up space. This table, my shirt, the screen that you're viewing this video on, and even you and I are all made of matter. But not all matter's the same. Let's explore this idea. On Earth, matter comes in three forms: solids, liquids, and gases. A solid, like this pencil, keeps its shape and size pretty well. If you want to change it, you would have to have a force come and break it. Water is a liquid. It's a little bit different. It keeps its size like the solid, but check this out. It changes its shape. And if I was to get a new container like this flask and pour the water in, it takes the new shape of its container. Pretty neat, right? My last jar looks empty, but it's not. It's full of air. Air is a third type of matter. We call it a gas. Gases change their size and shape no matter what container they're in. If I got a vacuum and sucked all the air out of here and tried to put it in a different shaped container, it would completely fill up that new container. That's what makes gases unique. So those are our three big types on Earth: solids, liquids, and gases. You've probably seen some of these in multiple forms. Think about water. Right now it's a liquid, but I bet you've seen it as a solid too. If you put water in the freezer, it'll become a solid and become ice. Or, if you heat up water, you might see it become steam and become a gas form. Those are our three types. How are you feeling with matter? Pretty good? Are you ready for a game to be tested on your knowledge? Well, let's go find out. Well, it is time for What's the Matter? A game show where we have our contestant help us identify what type of matter we're looking at: solid, liquid, or gas. This week, our contestant is Devon Fischer. Devon, would you like to tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so I just graduated with my master's in physics from the University of Utah. While I was there, I worked in condensed matter, which is it's an area of physics with Andrei Rogachev. Right now, I'm teaching college level physics.
Awesome. Would you say you're an expert on all matters?
Definitely, at least when it pertains to physics.
Perfect.
Well, maybe I'm at least a master, not necessarily an expert, but a master. At that degree.
More than me, at least. All right, so here's how this game works. I have a few different items I'm going to show you, since we are doing virtual, and you can ask me to do anything with it if that helps you figure it out, and your job is to guess what type of matter it is. Are you ready for this?
Yes, I think so.
Before we begin.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember all my physics training, but I think we're good.
Oh, excellent. Here is our first item. I have a frisbee.
Okay, can you shake it some maybe? It doesn't move. Can you it bends a little bit but not a lot. Can you knock on it maybe? Is that something? Okay. So I'm gonna say it's pretty hard. Doesn't bend much. When you shake it, it doesn't go everywhere. I'm gonna say that's a solid.
You are correct. Nicely done. All right, we got a solid down. All right, that is 100 made-up Leonardo points for you. Nicely done. Here is our next item. It's not the can, it's what's in it. I'm actually gonna put it in a more clear container for you.
Okay.
So what I have here is a soda.
Okay, so it is something that's pourable. And okay, so when you move it some, it does like kind of wobble a little bit. It looks like changes shape a little bit when you move it. It's not a solid because we already did that, but also it's staying together. It's not staying in a single shape. So I think I'm gonna have to go with liquid here.
Nicely done. Another 100 points for you. This is a liquid. All right. Next one. Let's see what we do next. Ooh. We'll start. How about this one? So this is another clear container, and inside here is flour.
Ooh, that is a hard one. So if you tilt it the other way, does the flour, so it moves? Okay, so it does move with this container just like the liquid. Not completely, but it definitely does. But if I'm remembering right, flour is a bunch of little tiny particles, right?
It is, yeah. If I pick it up, I'll have a lot of little powder.
Kind of like sand. Yeah, so it doesn't, when you drop it, it doesn't like all stay together. You can actually pick it up. It's kind of hard to pick up a liquid with your fingers. So that kind of tells me it's not a liquid. I'll say it's a solid. Final answer.
I'm going to give you 200 made-up Leo points for that one. Nicely done.
Yes.
All right.
That's a hard one.
More. This one is a balloon, but it's not what is the balloon, it's what's inside of it.
Okay, what's inside?
Full of
Well, I know to blow up a balloon, you use air. You can use your lungs, or you can use helium.
It's just
so air. It's not floating, so it's definitely air. But let's see here. It kind of just, when you can't really hold on to air. I mean, with water, you could cup it in your hands and see it, the liquid, but not with air. And you can't knock it around. When you knock it around, it kind of floats there. It changes shape. You can change shape. So it's not rigid, but it does change shapes. I'm gonna go.
Makes a new form. I can pop it and we can see what happens.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, okay. So let's see, I have this pen, so hopefully it will pop.
Yes, it did. Okay, now
I don't have it anymore, so
I'm gonna say that that air filled up the rest of the room, and so that must be a gas.
Nicely done! Another 200 points for you. I think you can do the math on where they are and refund them later. All right, so we got a gas. Yeah, fills up the space. All right.
Ooh. What is the sun made up of?
I can't really touch it.
Yeah, you can't touch it. You can't manipulate it. It's kind of too hot to do that. You might burn your hand a little bit. But what it is actually plasma. Yeah, what it is, I think, is plasma, because what that is when basically it's very similar to a gas in that you don't have your molecular bonds with other atoms, but now instead of all of the pieces being separate, they're now all they're still separate, but all of their electrons most of their electrons have been stripped away from them because they're moving too fast. They're too hot. They have too much energy.
Awesome. Well, I thought I was going to stump you with that one, but you're right. This is a plasma. Nicely done. I'm going to give you 300 points for that one. And now we're time for our final round of What's the Matter? Are you ready for it? This is the toughest one. All right.
Okay, let's see it.
Right here, I have a bowl of something called Oobleck. Have you ever encountered Oobleck before?
I might have, but I'm not 100% sure.
All right, let me know what you need me to do to help you figure this out.
Okay, I see that's a spoon in there. Can you lift some? Yeah, can you lift some up and
Oh, it's really tough to lift up. Okay.
Okay, so it does pour like a very, very viscous, like a very thick liquid. But I don't know that that's necessarily what it is. Oh, it broke a little bit there. If you Yeah. So you can like make solid, it almost looks like a solid chunk that you kind of threw.
I can put my hands in. Do you want me to see if I can pick up a piece?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
So I don't make a mess. Okay, I'm gonna try and pull in. Oh, it feels really gross. All right. So it kind of, well, oh, hold on. I thought I had it.
What happens if you like, instead of picking up, like when you have some in your hand, if instead of holding it slowly, if you move it quickly?
Move it quickly. I think I pick this up and then move it around. Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's like you can hold it, just very quick.
Solid, yeah. I don't know if it is a solid. It's tricky.
What if, what, can you hit the oobleck for me?
All right.
Maybe like with the spoon, like does it?
So it doesn't like go in if I hit it.
See that.
It's right on the
What
outside.
if you go in slowly?
Okay. Oh, it sunk right in that time. Yeah.
Okay. So it's very liquidy, but for a lot of times, but then it can also be very solid. If you're hitting it, you can pick it up and keep it in a shape, but it also pours. This definitely is the hardest one. Like, but I think I remember something about things that are both fluid and solid.
Ooh, do you have some insight for us?
Yeah, they're called non-Newtonian fluids.
Ooh,
So they're
non-Newtonian fluid.
Yeah, they're really cool. What they actually are is they're a bunch of long chains of molecules that connect together. So kind of if you have a ball of yarn and you try to pull that yarn apart really fast, it's really hard to, but when you slowly unravel it, you can. It's kind of what the molecules are doing.
That makes sense, yeah. Awesome. So what would you say then? Is it a solid or a liquid, or is it something in between?
I think it's a liquid, but like I said, it's non-Newtonian. So it is a liquid, but it's non-Newtonian.
Awesome. Well, I honestly was going to let you figure that out on your own because I did not know what this is. For those at home who don't know what oobleck is, you can actually make this at home. It's a combination of cornstarch and water. So it's just two easy ingredients. If you want to explore it at home, I'll post a recipe with this video so you can explore and figure out exactly how this feels right from your very own kitchen. All right, well, I believe you scored more points than anyone else in this game ever before, so thank you so much, Devon, for joining us today.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, I had a lot of fun too, even if I make it a little messy. Do you have anything else you want to share before we wrap it up for the day?
I guess just that, physics is one area of science that is great. And I really enjoy, but there's also so many other areas, and really as long as you enjoy it, like that's where you should go through.
That is inspiring words. Thank you so much. All right, everyone, we'll see you next week for the next Leo at Home.